Hi besties! I am getting ready for my family's Christmas pictures today, so I figured it would be fun to do just a quick little get ready with me for today's episode of Vlogmas. So let's get started. I like to always preface anything makeup related by reminding everyone that I know nothing. So if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Like, I don't know what to do in regards to makeup at all, honestly. So I'm just out here winging it. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll with. I'm gonna try this new primer I had gotten from that little beauty box I had tried gotten and showed you guys the other day. I haven't tried this yet, so we'll see. I always run into an issue when I'm doing makeup of like, the stuff like doesn't always absorb into my skin, so sometimes it like pills if I put on too much stuff. So I don't really know. I don't know if that means that it's just not right for my skin. I mean, obviously I'm assuming that's what it is. Or if I'm using it wrong, I don't really know. So I've been in this weird phase of life where like I honestly just don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like, I mean, I know that everyone feels like that at one point, or at least from what it sounds like, but it's just hard because I feel so passionate and so driven about like a whole bunch of things, and I've already gone like down the path of starting my career and like education wise, like I'm now getting my master's degree, which is great. Like I need it for what I'm wanting to go into, but like it's just one of those things that it's so hard to not almost second guess yourself to an extent, because I always just worry. I'm like, I just feel like a lifetime is a long time to do one thing, you know? Like one singular thing just feels like a waste of time to an extent. I don't know. Someone's texting me because I'm so popular. Ooh, that's good. My mom and I got this little Keurig pod advent calendar. So we've been opening them every day. And today mine was, well, we got the same one. So today the flavor was some sort of like dark chocolate hazelnut type thing. I can't stand hazelnut, honestly. It repulses me. So did not drink that one. So I had to resort to old espresso, you know. What a life. I also don't have any of the right brushes to do anything, so I'm again winging it. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna go swimmingly. Please don't roast me for my lack of knowledge of anything. Also, I tried this foundation the other day, and I genuinely really like it. I matched the shade pretty freaking perfect, if you ask me. So now that I know what shade I am, at least for the winter, I am most likely going to eventually get a full size because I don't have a good foundation. Do people still wet their bed? Do people still wet the bed? I meant, do people still wet their beauty blenders? Like, is that still a thing? I'm trying to think. I only learned about that like pretty recently. So I don't know. I just feel so out of the loop. Like I feel like all these people know how to do their makeup so well, and I'm just here like, wait, what? Like I did not know that you should wet your beauty blender. But now that I do, I mean, it is a game changer, I will say. I have a TikTok song stuck in my head right now that's like, how does it go? It's like, da 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 da, and you think I'm sexy. That one. It's stuck in my head, literally on repeat, so. I really gotta focus here. Hone in on my beauty skills, you know? Honestly, I'm gonna go through all of this effort of doing my makeup, all for my family to stand there, get 3 pictures, and then my dad's gonna be like, all right, we're good, right? Okay. He's not a very, like, actually, I feel like that's like a typical guy thing. Like, not a lot of them like taking pictures. At least, not that I know of. I always get so paranoid that the mic on my camera is not on or working. Because I've done that before. Plug it in, don't turn it on. Obviously, that's the optimal situation that you would want. Best audio comes from that. I think that's pretty good. So then I saw someone else do this for contour, so I'm gonna try it. And it might work out horribly, but it also might be fine, so we shall see. So, oh no, I'm getting glitter all over my freaking contour. This is already going bad. This is already not going very well. I don't think that worked at all. Well, like, is that a sign for me to just put it away? Like, relax, like, not do that? Probably. Where's the, oh. I'm gonna use this that I got from that little Sephora palette. Again, I don't think this is the right brush to use, but I don't really know. You know, something else that I realized recently, I kind of already talked about this in a little TikTok video I made. I hate that some things just feel so cringy to say. Like, I make TikTok videos. Like, I think I'm pretty dang funny sometimes. I'm not ashamed of it, but like, TikTok just has this, I don't even know how to describe it, this just feeling about it that's a little like embarrassing. But I was talking about the other day how like something to realize, or I think like one of the best lessons you can learn is, oh my god, this is not blending. All right, I'm gonna be here for a minute. One of the best lessons you can learn in life, in my opinion, is that truly, I think you're always going to be like your number one fan, your number one supporter. And like, yes, ideally you would have a great support system. Not that everyone does, unfortunately, but you know, ideally you're not the only one in your corner, but truly you're going to be the one consistent person in your corner. And I think a lot of us have problems like believing in ourselves or like willing to bet on ourselves. Like, I know I definitely did this summer for sure, just in general, but like, it's just one of those things too that I always question, like, if you can't root for yourself, if you can't be in your corner, how do you expect someone else to? And I remember when I was younger and going through a spell of depression and just thinking like, if I can't be happy sitting alone in a room with myself, like, how do I expect anyone else to want to be around me too? And it was like one of the things that I just realized that I was like, I can either sit with this, and I'm not just talking about depression in general, because I know that that's a monster in itself, but I'm saying if you can't be happy with yourself, if you can't root for yourself or believe in yourself, like, I always just feel like you should be your biggest fan, you know? Because I think ultimately it comes down to only you. You are going to be on your side 100% of the time. And unfortunately, not everyone is going to be like that with you. So you just got to root for yourself, you know? Something else my boyfriend and I were talking about yesterday was how interesting it is how relationships in general evolve over a lifetime. Like, I'm running late on time. I say that every video. This is just getting so freaking embarrassing. I promise I'm like kind of mostly on time for things. Oh, what I was saying. It's truly such a blessing, such an odd blessing to be able to mourn a relationship or mourn the person you were in a relationship or with other people. Like, I know I was just talking to some friends and like just talking about, how do I describe it? Talking about changing and evolving through relationships, how some people leave your life and how oftentimes it can feel, it takes a lot away from you, especially at first. It's an odd feeling to lose someone. It's an odd feeling to lose the person you were with that person. And I was just kind of talking to them and telling them, like, it is sad and it does suck for a while, but there is something to be said to have had the opportunity, basically to have loved and lost. Like, I try and look at that as a blessing, that I got to have this opportunity with someone to make these great memories, to be who I was in that moment with this person. But truly, like, I look back specifically on like an old relationship, all of my old relationships, and I just look at myself in that instance and I'm like, I think I was the best person I could be in that scenario, when I was younger, but I truly look back and I'm like, I wouldn't want to be that person now. Like, I genuinely am so happy with the person that I have become and evolved into. That wouldn't have happened had people stayed in my life or had people not left, and it's one of those bittersweet things that, do I wish those relationships could have continued, those friendships could have stayed? Yeah, of course. I miss being close to people I was once best friends with that I knew everything about. Of course, I miss that. But at the same time, I feel lucky enough to have had that opportunity to be close with them. And I also am grateful to be on my own now, if that makes sense. Okay, here comes the tricky part. It's the eyeliner. Because I am not doing eyeshadow today. It's just not gonna happen. Oh no, this is really intense. Hold on, I cannot talk while I'm doing this, as I'm talking right now. I know that I'm not very good at eyeliner yet, but this is what I can work with right now. I'll try and kind of flatten that out a bit. Okay, now for the even more intense part, the other eye. My left eye is literally twitching as I'm trying to do my freaking eyeliner. This is suboptimal. Alright, I gotta fix that with a Q-tip, but actually, that's not too dang bad. If my eye would have freaking stopped twitching. That's not too shabby. I got this eyeliner pencil like a month ago, so I've been starting to play around with it, and I kind of like it. I'm not great at it yet, but, we're getting there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Sorry if I was out of focus in some of that for the last one. I had the eye detection on animals, so obviously it did not work on me. Shoot, what was I? I was gonna say something so profound, and now it's just left my brain for good. That's so tragic. Well, I think ultimately, when you go through a breakup or like a friend version of a breakup, I think it's a testament to of how much you guys have grown. Like, yeah, it's really sad to grow apart from someone else, but like, another spin on that is that, like, look at how much you've grown to have grown apart. And that can be, of course, it's a sad thing, but I just also find it, like, oddly beautiful that we grow so much in a lifetime, that we have the opportunity to be with people, grow close to them, and then eventually, sometimes, unfortunately, life takes us in a different direction. But I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and in that regard, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise, like divine intervention, My perspective on life has changed a lot since I was younger, obviously, as it does as you age and stuff, but especially just, I used to be such a pessimist. English is really hard. I used to be such a pessimistic person. Like, I used to take every single situation and just hate it. Like, think that this was the worst, this is awful, da da da. And then I, kind of what I was talking about earlier, that I realized, like, I am the only one not on my side. I have people on my side, so I don't want to sound like that. But I'm saying, like, truly, you are your number one. You're the only person that ever sits with yourself 24/7. You're the only person that is ever going to know yourself better than anyone ever will. And I finally just realized, like, why am I not my own best friend? Like, why am I not looking out for myself, or whatever the case may be? It's just, I just started realizing that I don't want to live life thinking that everything is bad or that life isn't good, because there is so much good in the world. And once I started thinking like that, I truly became a happier person, where, like, even the sky makes me happy, or just little things really helps me to stay happy, especially as the winter months come and seasonal depression rolls in. But it's still good practice, good mental health habits, to not fall into old habits, if you know what I mean. Something else too, now let's dive into the tea part of this get ready with me, right? So for those that don't know, I lost both my grandparents this year in the span of like 4 months, which was obviously really difficult for my family. And it's been really hard too, because they're, aside from a friend of mine from high school who passed away, they are the first, like, family death of mine, which was just really hard to go through and deal with. So with that, I finally decided, I was like, you know what? Therapy might be a good option right now, because I don't really know how to deal with grief. So I started going to therapy, right? And so now I'm in an awkward place where, like, I feel like I'm in a good spot. Like, I genuinely feel like maybe I don't necessarily need to go anymore. But at the same time, I'm really bad about, like, what I've done before is I'll wait until things get bad and then I'm like, oh, I should go to therapy. No, I feel like therapy should be both almost like rehab and also prehab, so preventative too. So yeah, I do feel like I should be going, but I don't know, because so I haven't gone in a few weeks, and I like my therapist. She's nice, but I don't feel like I'm getting as much out of it as I'm wanting to or wishing I would be. So, like, for example, we'll like be talking and whatever, and I always was under the impression that therapists would be like, oh, so how did that make you feel? Why did you react in this way? Or, like, asking questions, like prompting you to get to, like, the answer, get to the root of the issue. You know, that's kind of what I'm wanting. And my therapist doesn't really do that. And so I'm like, okay, well then if we're just talking, I mean, that's fine. That helps as well, but then I don't feel like I need to necessarily go anymore. Like, I just don't feel like I'm getting as much out of it. Like, I don't really feel like I'm correcting any behaviors or whatever, so I don't know. But now I'm in an awkward position of, like, do I have to email her? Do I talk to her? I don't want to ghost her, because I just feel like that's not nice. But I also feel so awkward, because I don't want to be like, hey, I'm not vibing with you. Like, so I don't really know how to go about the situation in a polite and respectful manner. We're on, like, day 3 here, so I don't have a whole lot to work with, you know? It really is just one of those days. Family pictures, of course, always has to fall in between my hair washes. So we're working with an interesting hair dynamic right now. Alright guys, well, I think my makeup's pretty much done. I'm not doing too much today, just a real simple look. So I'm gonna go get dressed and get ready, do the final touches for family pictures. Have a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, amazing rest of your day, week, month, whenever you watch this. I'm wishing you so much happiness and love into your life. This is the sweater that I picked. I'm not 100% sure that it's what I'm gonna go with. I wore white last year, so I figured I'd try and mix it up, but I'm not sure if I'm feeling it, so geez, this is what it'll look like. You're only gonna, whoop, as I like elbow, you're only gonna see a tiny part of it, so I feel like it's fine. I might just change into a white sweater, honestly. I don't know. But something I forgot really quick is, so I got this 25 Days of Beauty advent calendar and I want to open it. So we're on the 5th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me. Let's see what I got. Ooh. So it's a Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb. What do I do? Oh. Okay, so it's lotion. I was like, I throw it in the bath? Man, I graduated summa cum laude, and my God, talking to me sometimes, you would not be able to tell. I don't know if I like this sweater. I'm gonna come back in really quick with a different option. Hold on. This is the other option. I think I like this better. I think I just feel better in white clothing for whatever reason. Probably because it makes me feel tan in the winter. And I know people are like, ooh, you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. No one can tell me anything. I don't abide by anybody's rules but my own. I hate fashion rules like that. I despise them. I adamantly despise them, and I try to wear white after Labor Day just in spite of that stupid freaking rule. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. Again, probably showing my true colors of how freaking dumb I am, but I don't even know when Labor Day is. Truly, honestly, swear to God, I could not tell you, because Labor Day and Memorial Day, because that's like the two holidays where you can like wear white, like the time frames. No. I don't know when they are, honestly. People will be like, oh, what are you doing for Labor Day? When? I don't know. What are you talking about? If someone could let me know. I think one of them's in August, right? All right. Final fit. What you think? I remember this summer, I was like jokingly, I did this. I was like, someone was like, don't do that. I was like, I'm gonna do it more now, just in spite of you. Don't tell me not to do something. I can't stand that, honestly. I cannot stand when people are like, ugh, don't do that. Why? It's funny to me. Why do you care what I'm doing? Don't tell me not to do something. Ugh, can't friggin' stand that. And it was like a friend too. It wasn't like, it doesn't matter who it is, honestly. Like, don't tell me what to do. I feel like that just told you a lot about my personality. You're welcome. Peace and blessings, y'all. Love ya. See ya.